Hello dear students. In this video I am going to discuss some multiple choice questions on the first PU chapter, the living world. So before starting the MCQs, I would like to go for the chapter details in brief, synopsis in brief. So here some important definitions. Diversity, it means large variety of anything. It may be plant, it may be animal, it may be microbe, it may be fungi, anything. If the variety is there in large quantity, it is called diversity. The term related to biology, biodiversity, large variety of organisms present on the earth. It is described as biodiversity. Nomenclature, scientific naming of organisms. Identification, correct description of organisms prior to nomenclature. That means before naming any organism, the proper description of the organism is necessary, and this is called identification. Classification, grouping of organisms into categories on the basis of similarities and differences. Because grouping of the organisms is very essential to study the reproduction, morphology, anatomy, habitat, the mode of getting the food, whether they are autotrophic, heterotrophic, saprophytic or parasitic. All this information can be gathered through the study of classification. That is why the organisms are grouped into categories. Taxon, it is the category of classification. The three terms: taxonomy, process of classification of organisms; systematics, branch of biology which dealing with the taxonomy along with the evolutionary relationship between the organisms. Evolutionary relationship between the organisms is very important for the classification of organisms. Species, group of individual organisms with fundamental similarities. That means they have the same morphology, they must contain the same number of chromosomes, and very important, they must have the capacity to undergo the sexual reproduction and to produce the fertile offspring. The organism, parental organism, must be able to undergo reproduction, and the offsprings must have the ability to undergo the reproduction. Such a group of the organisms are called species. Here, what is living? How to define this word living? Something that is alive, with life. It is not sufficient. Having the characteristics of cellular organization, growth, reproduction, ability to sense the environment and give response, metabolism, etc. If something is alive with all these characters like cellular organization, growth, reproduction, ability to sense the environment and give response to that environmental factor along with the metabolism, if all these characters are present with the presence of life, we can define that as living. So here, living organisms can be considered as self-replicating. That means ability to multiply on their own capacity, evolving. It should show the change from period to period, time to time. Self-regulating. Manifestation of the self-regulation should be there. Interactive system capable of responding to the external stimuli. This is the representation of the definition for the living organism. And move to the next one. diversity in the living world. So far, described number of species range from 1.7 to 1.8 million. All these organisms have got the local names which are in the local languages, so that the local names may not be applied at global level, because from one place to another place, within a country, within a district, the names will be changing. Even though they are given the local names, they are varying from one area to another area. Usually, organism description with the local names create confusion, so that the scientific names are given to the organisms after identification, and these scientific names are accepted at the global level. The scientific names are similar all over the world. Whatever the scientific name is used for an organism in one country, it is same all over the world, so that the scientific names are globally accepted. Nomenclature, that is scientific naming of an organism, is done as per the rules given by ICBN. Randomly the names are not given. For the scientific naming of an organism, certain rules are given by ICBN. Along with ICBN, here I have mentioned ICZN. Therefore, expansion of ICBN is International Code for Botanical Nomenclature, ICZN International Code for Zoological Nomenclature. Again, I would like to remind here, if only ICBN is given, the expansion is International Code for Biological Nomenclature. If at all ICBN is given alone, but here it is mentioned with ICZN, so B stands for Botanical and Z stands for Zoological Nomenclature. So according to ICBN, the scientific names are given for the identified organisms. Then what are the rules? The binomial nomenclature was given by Carolus Linnaeus. The scientific naming of an organism with two names. If it is a nomenclature, the definition is scientific naming of an organism. If it is binomial nomenclature, naming of an organism with two names, it is called binomial nomenclature, and this system of naming was given by Carolus Linnaeus. What are the rules for binomial nomenclature as given by ICBN? In the scientific name, the first name is generic name, and the second name specifies specific epithet in scientific name of organism. So two names of the scientific name are, the first one is generic name and the second one is specific name or species name. The names are in the Latin, this compulsion, or if at all they are proposed in any other language, they must be translated to the Latin. Therefore, names are in the Latin or Latinized forms. The names, if handwritten, are separately underlined. Whenever the scientific names are handwritten, they are separately underlined, the genus name and species name. If printed, they are in the italicized. Little bit the slant printing can be observed for the scientific names. First letter of genus name starts with capital letter and all the remaining letters are in the small letter. For example, here you can see Mangifera indica. This is the scientific name, and in this scientific name, the M is represented by the capital letter because Mangifera is the genus name and Indica is the species name. So M is in the capital letter, remaining all the letters of that scientific name are in the small letters. The English name of this one is mango, whereas the biological name of mango is Mangifera indica. Name of the author who proposed that scientific name can be mentioned in the last as abbreviation. For example, LINN, Lin. It is the abbreviation of Carolus Linnaeus, who proposed the different scientific names for the plants. Then, for easy study of the organisms are classified into groups and each group is known as taxa. It is plural term, taxon is singular term, and the taxon may be dogs, mammals, wheat, rice, anything. Process of classification into different taxa is called taxonomy. Identification, classification, nomenclature are the basic to taxonomy. So in taxonomy, the three important parts are concentrated and the glance is carried over three important terms or the processes such as identification, classification and nomenclature. Systematics studies evolutionary relationship between the organisms. What is the line of evolution that is taken into consideration for the classification of the organisms in the systematics? Then moving to next one, taxonomic categories or taxonomic hierarchy or Linnaean hierarchy. Classification of both plant and animal is represented in the form of different categories, and this arrangement of the categories in sequence is called taxonomic hierarchy. The highest rank is kingdom, the smallest one is species. From species to kingdom, if we move, number of similarities go on decreasing. If you move from kingdom to species, after each category, the number of similar characters goes on increasing when we move from kingdom to species. In the reverse case, as we move from species to kingdom, the number of similar characters goes on decreasing. Remember these two sentences because with relation to this one, the questions are asked in the competitive exams. Then organisms with their taxonomic categories. This is given in our biosyllabus. Man, it is common name. Biological name of man is Homo sapiens, where genus is Homo. This is the only genus having the single species sapiens. That is why Homo is called monotypic genus. If the genus is having only one species, that type of the genus is called monotypic. If the genus is having more than one species, it is called polytypic. But here it is monotypic. The family to which man belongs is Hominidae, order is Primata, class Mammalia, and the phylum, because animals are represented by the phylum, here phylum is Chordata. Then housefly, the very common insect, housefly, it is vector for some diseases. The biological name is Musca domestica, and here the genus is Musca, belonging to the family Muscidae, order Diptera, class Insecta, and the phylum it is belonging is Arthropoda. It is invertebrate belonging to the phylum Arthropoda. Then plants, mango, scientific name Mangifera indica. Mangifera is the genus name. Family Anacardiaceae. Sapindales is the order name, and Dicotyledone it is the class, and division is Angiospermae. The phylum and division, both of them are included in the kingdom. When kingdom is divided, we are going to get both phylum or division, but it is dependent. If we are studying the classification of animal kingdom, next to the animal kingdom the category is phylum. If we are studying the classification of plant kingdom, next to the category is division. Then wheat, it is a monocot. Biological name is Triticum aestivum, and the genus name is Triticum. Sorry, here I made the mistake. It is only Triticum. Don't write this A. Belongs to the family Poaceae. Order is Poales. Belonging to the class Monocotyledone, and the phylum or the division is Angiospermae. So both Dicotyledone and Monocotyledone are the classes of the division Angiospermae. This is about the classification of some examples using taxonomic hierarchy or the taxonomic categories. Then taxonomic aids. What are taxonomic aids? These are the collection of samples helpful in identification and classification of organisms. Any technique, any procedure, any specimen, any sample, whatever it is, if it is helpful in the identification and classification of the organisms, it is called taxonomic aid. The materials which are helping in the study of identification and classification of the organisms is called taxonomic aid. And the different taxonomic aids are herbarium, botanical garden, zoological park, museum, key, flora and monograph. All these are the taxonomical aids which are used to study the identification and classification of organisms for both plant as well as animals. Herbarium, it is storehouse of collected plant specimens that are dried, pressed and preserved on the sheets. Sheets are arranged according to the universally accepted classification system used as a ready reference in scientific studies. Usually in the universities where botany is studied as master degree subject, there you can get the plenty of collection of the herbarium. Even botanical gardens also collect the herbaria where the plants are dried and pressed, they are preserved on the sheets, and on the sheet at one corner the detailed information of that plant will be mentioned. Botanical gardens, collection of various living plants. Here the plants are in the living condition in the form of garden for the identification purpose. The botanical garden is specifically used for identification of the plants. Example, Royal Botanical Garden at Kiev, England, Indian Botanical Garden, Goa National Botanical Garden, Research Institute, Lucknow. So these are the examples for botanical gardens where only identification of the plants can be made. That means it is used for identification and classification of the plants, herbarium as well as botanical garden. Then museum. It is a collection of preserved plant and animal specimens. Both of them can be observed in the museum. Specimens may be preserved in preservative solution, that is formalin. Specimens may be also preserved as dry specimen. For example, insects and stuffed large animals. The dried specimens are usually of large size. They are stuffed and they are preserved in the museum. Skeleton of the animals may be also as museum specimen. It can be also used as a museum specimen, used as actual material for the study of identification. So museum can be used for the study of both plant as well as animal. Zoological parks, place where the wild animals are kept in protected environment under human care, not in the natural habitat. Artificial habitats are created for the conservation of wild animals, and this is under the guidance of man, under the care of man. Such places are called zoological parks. Example, Alipur Zoo, Kolkata, West Bengal. National Zoological Park of New Delhi. They are used as aid to learn about the food habitats and behavior of life cycle. Even Mysore Zoo is also best example for the zoological park. Then the remaining taxonomic aids are key. This taxonomical aid is based on contrasting characters called couplet. The couplet is the very important term with reference to key. Couplet has two opposite statements. Each is called lead, and separate keys for separate taxonomic categories are needed, used to classify the organisms. Then next one, flora. Actual account of habitat and distribution of plant species in an area. Of large area, the habitat and distribution of the plants is collected and it is documented in the form of book, that is called flora. Manual have the description of species in an area, and this is used for getting information for identification of the names. Then monograph, name itself is indicating it has information of any one taxon. About one taxon, the detailed information is given and it is again used for the purpose of classification. So these are the points that are included in the topic, the living world. So now I will go for the questions. Which of the following are unique features of living organisms? Growth and reproduction, reproduction and ability to sense the environment, metabolism and interaction. If all these characters are present, no doubt it is alive, and all of the above are the correct statements describing the living condition of an organism. So the right answer for this question is option D. Which of the following factors exclusively affect reproduction in seasonal breeders, both plants and animals? Seasonal breeders, these are the animals in which the season influences reproduction. The reproduction is influenced by the seasons. Such organisms are called seasonal breeders. In seasonal breeders, plant and animals, which factor exclusively affect the reproduction? The answer for this question is photoperiod. What is the meaning of photoperiod? Photoperiod is physiological reaction of organism to the length of day or night. How much percent of the light is available to the organism? This factor influences reproduction, whether it is a seasonal breeder, whether it is plant or animal. So this is the answer for question. Cell division occurs dash in plants and dash in animals. So what is the answer? The given options are continuously, only up to a certain age, only up to a certain age, continuously, continuously never, once, twice. So the right answer for this question is option A, continuously in plants and only up to certain age in animals. Then question is, why the cell division occurs continuously in plants? Because the plant parts, particularly tip region, it contains meristematic cells and they show indeterminate growth throughout their life. And in case of animals, the growth can be, the cell division is observed only up to certain age. The next question. Each category of taxonomic hierarchy refers to as a unit of. Every category of the taxonomic hierarchy, what it is referred to as? What is taxonomic hierarchy? It is the sequence of arrangement of taxonomic categories in a descending order during the classification of organism. And each category of the taxonomic hierarchy, it is referred to as a unit of classification, which can be further divided into another category. It is nothing but unit of classification. Systematic refers to, what is the meaning of systematics? Identification and classification of plant and animals, nomenclature and identification of plants and animals, diversity of kinds of organisms and their relationship, different kinds of organisms and their classification. So here in the systematics, the term indicates diversity of kinds of the organisms as well as their relationship. Particularly the comparative and evolutionary relationships are taken into consideration to identify or to study the diversity of organisms. The C is the right option for systematics. Then, which of the following taxonomic aid provides information for the identification of names of the species found in an area? The information regarding the taxonomic aids found in an area, it is given by the manual. The answer for this question is option. Let me check the question once again. Which of the following taxonomic aid provides information for the identification of names of found in an area? It is nothing but manual. Then, which 2 points are known as twin characters of growth. What are the characters? Two important characters, twin characters of growth. The twin characters of growth, let us go for the options. Increase in mass, differentiation, increase in number of individuals, response to stimuli. So what happens during the growth? First, mass increases, then number of individuals also increases, then it is followed by differentiation of the cells to perform a particular function. So the right answer for this one is option D. What are the two twin characters? Increase in mass and increase in number of individuals. So this is the indication of growth. The right answer for the question is option D. Next, identify the correct sequence of taxonomic categories. So directly here we can go for the option. It is option D, because species, the smallest unit, the next higher category is genus, next to that one is family, order, class, then phylum or division, then finally the biggest or the highest rank is kingdom. So option D is the answer. Two plants can be conclusively said to belong to the same species if they have same number of chromosomes, can reproduce freely with each other and form seeds, have more than 90% similar genes, look similar and possess identical secondary metabolites. So which one is the right statement? If we go through the statements, it seems all of them are correct, but accurate one is which one? The two plants can be conclusively said to belong to the same species if they can reproduce freely with each other and form the seeds. Then only they can be considered as belonging to the same species, because the related species can undergo the inbreeding. If we talk about the animals, capacity to undergo interbreeding to produce the fertile offspring. If the plants are belonging to the same species, definitely they can reproduce and they can form the seeds. This is the right answer. Taxa differs from taxon due to being. What is a taxa and what is taxon? Taxa is a plural form of taxon, and taxon is a grouping of organisms at any level in the descending order, starting from kingdom up to the species. And the number of similar characters of categories decrease from lowest rank to highest rank, that is from species to the kingdom. So which one is the answer here? The taxa is differ from taxon due to being the plural form of taxon. So C is the answer. Then moving to the next question. Genus represents an individual plant or animal, a collection of plants or animals, then group of closely related species of plants or animals, none of the above. The answer is genus includes closely related species, because group of the species, similar species represents genus, and those species may be of plants or animals. Already I explained during the synopsis explanation. Here I have mentioned about that. A genus having single species is called monotypic. For example, Homo, and it is having only one species, sapiens, whereas a genus having two or more species is called polytypic. For example, Panthera, it is a genus name, it is having Leo as its species name, Tigris as its species name. Panthera leo is the biological name of lion, and Panthera tigris is the biological name of tiger. So one genus with more than one species is considered as polytypic. One genus with only one species is called monotypic. Taxonomic hierarchy refers to, what is a taxonomic hierarchy? Definition directly you can identify: stepwise arrangement of all the categories, basically for the classification of plants and animals. For the classification of plants and animals, the stepwise arrangement of all the categories is nothing but taxonomic hierarchy. Then next question: if an organism is in the same class but not in the same family, then it may belong to the same. So how to identify this question? See, when you divide the kingdom, you will get phylum or division. When phylum or division is divided, you will get the class. When class is divided, you are going to get the order. When you divide the order, you are going to get the family. So what is the asked question here? If an organism is in the same class but not in the same family, then it may be belonging to, what is the possible order, possible answer here for this question? The answer is option D. It belongs to the same order because many closely related orders represent a class, so that when a plant is belonging to same class but in a different family, it is belonging to the same order, because order is represented by the group of similar families and the group of similar order represents the class. So here the answer is order. X being a higher category in the assemblage of families. With this statement only you can get the answer. What is the possible answer for this question? X being a higher category in the assemblage of families. That means it is group of families which exhibit a few Y character. So what is this Y? Whether it is similar or different, that you have to identify. The Z characters are less in number as compared to different genera included in the family. So identify X, Y and Z. In the first statement only it is very clear. X being a higher category, assemblage of families. What is possibility here? Only one possible. Group of the family in the taxonomic hierarchy represents the order. So X becomes order which exhibits few similar characters, and the Z. Similar characters are less in number as compared to the genera. It is quite obvious, because as we move from species to kingdom, number of similar characters goes on decreasing. So here the right option is option A. The next question. As we go from species to kingdom, In a taxonomic hierarchy, the number of common characteristics as we go from where to where, from species to kingdom, the number of common characters will decrease. If we move from kingdom to species, number of common characters will increase. But here it is reverse. We are moving from species to kingdom. The number of common characters will decrease. Then it is match the following here. Growth. What happens during the growth? So growth is characterized by increase in mass and increase in number of individuals. Then reproduction. What is reproduction? Production of springs. Yes. Metabolism. Which one is the right for this one? Metabolism, the sum total of all the chemical reactions occurring in the body. Cellular organization, composed of one or more cells. So which one is the right option? For A, it is third one. For B, it is first one. For C, it is fourth one. And for D, it is second one. So C is the right answer. Next. Which of the following organisms is not correctly matched with its particular? So some pairs are given in the option. Human beings, in that sapiens represents species. Yes, it is right. Homo sapiens. Lion, Panthera leo, where the Panthera represents genus name. It is also correct pair. Cats belongs to the family Felidae, but along with the Felidae, given term is genus Datura Solanaceae. It is family name. So the wrong match is option C, because the Felidae is not a genus name, it is a name of family. So here the right option for this question is option C. Then next one. Which of the following statements is incorrect? Need to identify the wrong statement. The scientific name of humans is Homo sapiens. Organisms placed in the same genus are least closely related. Moving from species to kingdom, more different species are included in each higher category. Species that are in the same genus share very specific characteristics. Here, first one is correct, C is also correct, D is also correct. The wrong one is option B, because organisms placed in the same genus are least closely related. This is the given statement, but it is wrong. Organisms placed in the same genus are most closely related. That is why they are placed into one genus. They share maximum same characters. So option B is the wrong answer. Then, amongst the given taxonomic aids, how many are associated with preservation of specimens? Monograph, flora, key, museum, botanical gardens, catalog, herbarium and manual. So what are the taxonomical aids where you can see the preservation of specimens. Monograph, not possible. In the monograph, Flora and Key manual catalog, you will get the documented information, printed information. Museum, botanical garden, herbarium. The question is with respect to preservation of specimens. So museum and herbarium. How many of them are showing? It is the museum and another one is herbarium. So option is option C. Only two are associated with the preservation of specimens. Moving to the last question of this discussion. Dicotyledons like mango, brinjal and monocotyledons like wheat and rice are placed under a taxonomic category known as. So all of them are the plants. For the plant classification, using category is division, and division of both dicots and monocots is Angiospermae, because they are the classes included in the division Angiospermae, flowering plants. So these are the questions that I wanted to discuss with respect to the living world. Hope it is clear. Thank you.